Okay. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show if you're new, and welcome back if you've joined us before. I am your host, Granny She Is. This is the 4040 Network, where we talk about anything we want to talk about at this point. The gloves are off. We talk about everything on this show. So welcome. And I'm gonna let my co-hosts introduce themselves before I get to run in my mouth. Y'all go
What's up,
ahead.
y'all? What's up, y'all? It's your boy J Hawk here, realtor to the stars. And I'm gonna shoot over to the CEO. That's what his title say.
Hello world, it's Woe. Follow us on I Am War Media Group on YouTube. Facebook, if you tune in tonight, this it. This the last night.
It's the last night on Facebook.
It's the last night for me doing this on Facebook. I'm letting
No
everybody
more
know.
bookers.
Move to YouTube if you want to continue to watch the show. We are done airing on Facebook, even on my personal platform. Not doing it no more.
No more bookers. I mean,
And I am currently on Facebook, and this particular show is streaming on Facebook, but it did have a technical issue last week. So if it does the same this week, of course, it is the last one. Join the 4040 Network over on YouTube. Yes, we're moving to YouTube. Yep. So yeah, all of our names are on the screen and how you can follow us. I am the 4040 Network on Instagram and on YouTube. And of course, if you're already on Facebook, hey, you're on Facebook. But tonight, before we get started, we want to give a wonderful tribute to the great and now late Malcolm-Jamal Warner, who played Theo on our beloved show, The Cosby Show, in the 80s into the early 90s, from 1970 to, he was born in 1970 and he died on Sunday. So we gotta have a tribute for him. You all go follow Wayne on TikTok. Wayne did a beautiful tribute to Malcolm-Jamal Warner on his TikTok page, which is also the I Am Well Media Groups. Y'all go over there and check it out and follow him on TikTok. So we got a couple videos, two of my favorite episodes from the Cosby Show. Theo was like my brother. I don't know about y'all, but Gen X is hurting these last couple days. That was like my brother, right?
Yeah. I mean, he
Yeah,
was
he was
definitely
like a
around our
brother.
age.
I would
All
definitely
of
be
them.
both for me, man.
We had Theo, we had Denise, we had Vanessa,
Rudy.
Rudy, and I'm missing the siblings.
Sandra.
You have
Sandra,
Sandra.
the oldest girl,
Mhm.
Sandra.
And
And
then the
they
next,
were. Go ahead.
and don't forget Raven Simone's character, which is
Olivia.
Oh,
Olivia.
Olivia. She was the grandbaby, wasn't she? She was
Mhm.
Sandra and Alvin's daughter.
And had the
Uh,
invisible dog named Dwayne.
Sure did.
I was like, really, dog?
And also the grandma and granddad. Oh my goodness. Remember they would show up
mhm,
to the house too. And
mhm.
I felt like that was my family too. The Cosby family was such a good representation of what the black household could be.
And we
And in
all
some
had a
cases
Mhm.
really
bud.
was, you
Yep.
know. So
Yep.
we
I mean,
loved it.
it was all about. It was just like we had a space to just be normal black people.
Right.
It wasn't good times. I know people were gonna fight me on good times, and it was always just struggle.
Hey, man, we can get into all that because I ain't gonna lie to you. That conversation about good time need to be had. But
Good
Yep.
times and
It
what's happening now. Because she was a single mother in
Yep.
what's happening now with Raj and
Mm-hmm.
Dee. And she was
Mm-hmm.
holding
Didi.
it down. So I think
Mm-hmm. Mabel.
her Mabel, during our
Yep.
generation, we had the representation from the Cosbys to Good Times
Mm-hmm.
to What's Happening Now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we probably could name some other
A little
shows.
George Jefferson, a little
Little
George
George
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Hey
You
man, I
know,
watched
Sanford and
That's My
Son.
Mama.
Yep.
That's My
I
Mama.
know about that.
Wait a minute.
That's My Mama
It's a
with
show.
what's the name? Clifton Davis.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Man,
forgot about That's
Mhm.
My Mama.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
But it
that one
just
was a good one
but it
too.
didn't compare because it was more cosmopolitan. The Cosby Show was more cosmopolitan, and you had a mom that was a professional. You know, well, she's an attorney, right? And
It introduced a view, a perspective of the Black family that America hadn't really seen.
Yep.
Right.
Because they didn't think that type of household existed within our communities. A two-parent, professionally
Stable.
successful household,
Mhm.
multiple children, well ran, didn't require maids to do the work for you.
Mhm.
Great parenting and co-parenting
Mhm.
between, and the communication of it. We talked about that, between Cliff and Claire.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Showed that Black families aren't built on dysfunction.
That's right.
And very
That's what
true.
I
Wasn't Claire the attorney and Cliff was the
feel.
doctor?
Yeah.
That's correct. That's correct. Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable.
That's it.
Mhm.
Right. I'm telling you, one of my favorite, and we got to show y'all this one before we get to talking, but I do want to show the one where it was the entire family, and they were doing night and day, and they were entertaining the grandparents. Can we run that clip? Because that's one of my favorite
The song about
clips.
Rachel. We do not own the rights to this music, but
Right.
for
We do
further
not.
performance, we gotta let it ride.
Right.
So Facebook show us some mercy, I guess.
Facebook and YouTube, but I will put the disclaimer up after because
Yeah.
they may block it. But
And Ray Charles family. Yeah, we
yeah,
so
this
much
is to
mercy.
Ray Charles is the owner of this song. Let's roll. Roll that clip.
You know the night time is the right time to be with the one you love now. When I, oh baby, when I come on baby, I wanna be the one I love now. You know what I'm thinking of.
As you all can see, that's the entire family,
Yeah.
including the grandmother and grandfather. That's one of my
Right.
favorite parts. And then it goes on with Rudy singing, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was our family. And it's a part, it's this clip that Wayne will play, and it says that's the stupidest thing I ever heard with
You
Bill
already know it.
Cosby.
That's
And
the
this
one what everybody was talking about over on the TikTok when Theo wanted to be accepted for his lack of his grade. He just wanted to be accepted for just being.
He wanted to be a regular person.
Yeah,
He just wanted to be a regular person.
I'm not.
He just want to be mediocre.
Or a lawyer like mom,
I just want to be mediocre.
I just want to be regular.
And I just want to be me and accepted for who I am. And that's, of course, when Dr. Huxtable just went ahead and just.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
Hey, what they say? Aim low.
Now, I do want to ask you all a question because I watched the Cosby Show from the perspective of a young Black female growing up. So, I had Denise and Vanessa and Sandra as my examples. So, how did that relate to you all? How did that translate in you all's lives as watching young Theo when you all were about that same age too?
Well, I'm actually the younger of the crew, so I had a very different perspective. But Jay, jump in and give him yours, though.
Mine was like I could relate to where he was, even though I didn't have older sisters. I was the older of the brothers, right? And so I could still relate to some of the struggles he was going through. But I also found that it was just the way that he bumbled through it sometimes, right? But it's like he gave permission to kind of muck it up, but still get it right in the end, And so I saw it as you know, a different look at young Black masculinity at that time, right? And just I resonated with it, and I found it hilarious. I found it comforting. I found some of me in it, and then some of it wasn't me, but I could see some of my friends. So it was well rounded.
It's kind of cool. I love the fact that when Theo was on there and he was going through puberty, they didn't edit that part of the show out for him when his voice began to change. We don't have that episode on here, but it was the episode when he was going through this thing where Theo's voice was changing and it would be squeaky high and then it would be, and he was so embarrassed. I can't think of that. I remember that episode with Theo. And of course, the famous Gordon Gartrell shirt that Denise said she could sew, baby. And that heifer couldn't sew at not near a little bit. That's the funniest clip ever. I think we got a clip of that too. What I don't know what that said on the screen when it popped up, but thank you for your comment.
Oh, he said that's Jimmy Watson. He said Bill Cosby, James Evans, and Optimus Prime were my father examples.
Not Optimus, yes. We got to talk about some performers.
If you know, you know. Optimus Prime always had a gem to drop.
And what's crazy about Optimus Prime, and this is just a bit of a sidebar, the guy who voiced Optimus Prime for the cartoon actually voiced Optimus Prime for all of the subsequent Transformers movies. I don't know if he's still alive because the last Transformers movie was a while ago, but he voiced it up until
they finna come out with another one.
I heard they was about to come out with another one. So yeah, so for Malcolm-Jamal, do we have that clip? Maybe we can show a little bit of the clip with the Gordon Gartrell. Absolutely. Let's roll that.
One Gordon Gartrell coming up. Wait. I got to do it right because he didn't just walk in like that.
Right.
You got it. And I've been saying it all day. When you knew it went bad, you heard him go, Denise!
Right.
And that's when he
they're supposed to think as a Gordon Gartrell. You don't like it? Ask me the question again. You don't like it? I hate it. Look at it. Oh, it's the ugliest shirt I've ever seen. It's not that bad, is it? It's better than I could do. Look at these sleeves. My arms are the same length, worn out my sleeves. This collar's all crazy and its inside is too big. Well, maybe if you tucked it in a little more. It's tucked into my socks.
Look, this is how you know it's classic. That is funny right now today. And y'all know I don't watch this clip like 10 times since I heard that Malcolm-Jamal Warner passed away. It was so shocking. Yesterday, all the way down my timeline, and I'm so grateful to see it. I've seen poetry dedicated to Malcolm-Jamal Warner. And if you all didn't know, he was an artist of the spoken word. He did play instruments, and we do have a little clip of him on. He did his own tiny desk. I don't even know if anybody knew.
Oh yeah,
see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So,
but he's also an artist.
He's an artist, yes.
Yeah.
And on top of that, what else? Oh, I had a clip of him doing something else. I forget what I was going to say. Oh, he was on that hospital show that became so popular to The Resident.
Is it The Resident? The Resident?
He was on The Resident. Oh, he was so good on that, on that show. So he really had a full career. And his last post on his own Instagram page was in May. Beautiful post, just telling people, smile. Find a reason to smile today. And if you don't think you have a reason to smile, this is a good opportunity to make someone else smile. That was literally his last message on Instagram. And if you all don't know what happened to him, he was on family vacation with his family on Sunday, I believe it was. And he was in the ocean swimming. And I think he got pulled under.
Yeah, they said more details came out later on that evening. They said they found his body either 100 or 200 yards away from the coastline.
Hundreds of yards away.
So apparently, more than likely, while he was swimming, he went swimming early that morning. before everybody by himself, and more than likely he got caught up in the current and just couldn't.
A rip current. Yeah.
And I do want to say this, please be careful if you do ever go swimming out in the ocean and the waves are a little rough. I will never forget a few years ago, my sister and my youngest daughter and I, we went to Florida in May, and I wanted to take her on to Florida be, for a little vacation because I was getting ready to go for 2 weeks and train in Tampa. So I was going to be away from her for 2 weeks. Long story short, it was the end of May, right before Memorial Day or that weekend. And we went to one of the beaches, Navarre Beach in Pensacola, Florida. Well, it's in Navarre, Florida, but it's right there. And the water was rough, y'all. It was kind of choppy, and the waves was like, they were so powerful. They were literally pulling us into the water. So my daughter was like, I want to get in. I want to get in. We get in the water, and she's beside me, and then she's not beside me. And I'm freaking out, right? And she's under the water, and I'm trying to feel for her. That's how powerful the waves were. But I was able to
Mhm.
grab her and snatch her up. And she said, Mama, I think an angel saved me. I thought I was going to die. That's how she couldn't bring herself back up. That's how powerful the waves were. It was took me a minute to, get her and yank her out the water. I said, let's get our asses up out of here. This water is too powerful for me today. So
Mhm.
we found other things
Mhm.
to do. That was an exciting weekend because it also turned out to be Gay Pride weekend, that weekend on the beach. So that Friday when we got there, my daughter got an eye full, I think she was 13, of naked men and women on the beach. I didn't realize it was Gay Pride in Pensacola Memorial Weekend, but now I know.
Picola.
So uh
Picola.
and now we learned. We
Mhm.
saw a lot of frontals and backs, and I understand why some men are gay. Some of them didn't have no penis at all. Bless their heart.
Check this out.
Well, anyway, that was a side note. Let's get back.
I want to share something right quick,
Go
and
ahead.
I haven't shared it with anybody. Only one other person knows this, but I'll go ahead and share it with the world. So I was a lifeguard for a while, and if you are from Brookhaven, Mississippi, you probably remember I was. Me and David Strawthers were at that pool for a number of years, and I was an incredibly strong swimmer. I remember hopping in and swimming, from the 3 feet to the 10 feet back and forth. That was just my thing in order to get some exercise in between before people would come in. And I caught a hell of a cramp in it was my hamstring. And it was just like a bear. And I could not get out. And I remember I was at the bottom of that 10 feet, and I couldn't hold my breath anymore. And I was noticing to myself how quiet and peaceful it was. I thought it was over, honestly. And David Strawthers, shout out to David. David had gone to get something to eat, and he come back. And he saw him. I guess he saw me struggling, and then he ran in and he threw the hose. If you remember, we used to clean that bottom of the pool out with a hose pipe, and he threw the hose pipe in and pulled me out. Now I was an incredible swimmer, but I know that things like this can happen. We don't know if it was ripcord. We don't know if he caught a cramp, and it's
Right.
and it, shit, shit happens. Yeah, man. Yep, David. Yep,
What's up, Jimmy?
David
Yeah,
Strawthers.
that's crazy. So you never
Mhm.
know. Just be as safe
Never
as you
know.
can be. And again, the people who are in your lives, tell them you love them. I don't care if you're
Mhm.
at odds with each other. Go tell them you love them anyway. Because tomorrow clearly is not promised to any of us. We expect to get to age
Mhm.
99.5 before we leave this mortal coil. And that's not always how it works. Because
Yep.
look, I'm about to be 50 myself, and he was only 54. That don't seem like a big old age gap. Well, 1970, he was, what
Mhm.
was he, 55? He was born in
No, he's 54.
1970.
He's 54.
So he's
54.
54. So he would have
He'd have
been
been
55.
55 in
He'd been 55 this year.
Yeah, he'd have been
December.
55 this year. So
Mhm.
just listen, take care of yourself and love on each other. Tell each other you love them, period. Just all the extra, whatever grudge you hanging on to, let it go. Everyone has done us all some dirt. Oh my goodness. We have been hurt by those we love the most. I think we all can
Mhm.
say that. We have been truly
Mhm.
hurt by the people we would literally rip our heart out for. And even in that, even if you never speak to that person again, still forgive them for your own sake. Forgive them and move forward. Please always move in love. That's one of the mottos here. Walk in love with God, ourselves, and others. So do that. At least that's what I propose to do every day when I get up. If you see me and you know me, I'm probably going to always end the conversation with, I love you. If I don't see you again, just know I love you. Okay. I
Yep.
love you to life. I don't love you to death because
I love your
words are
life.
spells. I love you to life. So for those of you watching, thank you first of all for watching and tuning in. And we love you. If no one told you today, we're gonna tell you right
Mhm.
now, because that's every time I see an unexpected thing like this, I think, oh my goodness. But I watched his last story, so I know he was loved, his wife, his child.
Mhm.
um Somebody was talking about having Niecy Nash was saying her last conversation with him, she remembered them talking about their marriages and how happy he was in his marriage and with
Mhm.
with his daughter. And even in that
Mhm.
last video, it was his daughter's birthday and he had a yellow flower in his hair from his daughter,
Mhm. Yep.
and he was talking about his family and how happy he was. And so at least we know that he went out with love fully in his heart. And I know those last moments, oh my goodness, because I even thought about that. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? None of us want to imagine that. But
Nope.
oh my goodness, and it's like we lost a brother. Gen X, Generation X, where y'all at? Y'all go ahead and drop 100 in the comments if you pass this, because I know y'all feel this the way we feel this. We
Mhm.
hurting like our brother passed away. True story. I feel like a brother passed away. So I probably will be watching if they put his procession online, his going away service. I'm gonna be watching. I'll be
Um,
watching. I don't know if they will do that or if his family will keep it extremely private. Another
Mhm.
person that passed today, this morning. I don't know if you all know about Ozzy Osbourne. He passed away at 74. Years old. So as Jonathan said offline, the bats are now safe.
Yeah, bastard now say.
The bats are now safe.
let me drop my 2 cents on MJW, man. Malcolm
Yeah.
Jamal Warner. I'm not Gen X, but I'm 2 years removed from Gen X. So
Okay, millennial.
technically, yeah, no, I grew up in y'all's whole methodology and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm the eldest of my
Mhm.
siblings, and I don't have a blood-born brother.
Mm-hmm.
So Theo was my big brother. Like I watched him go through his awkward stages and phases,
Mhm.
and I knew what to expect when it would be my turn. But I also I would watch him make some absolutely terrible decisions.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then I
Yep.
started to watch the maturation
Mm-hmm.
of Theo, and he became the one who would give solid advice. I don't know if
Mhm.
people were still paying attention by the time Eric Alexander's role, Pam, came along.
Mm-hmm.
She was his guidance. I mean, excuse me, he was her guidance.
Mhm. Oh
And
yeah. Yep.
yeah, he was
Yep.
big on what his father had handed down reading, which
Mm-hmm.
was crazy because Theo had dyslexia.
Dyslexia. Mhm.
Yeah, he was dyslexic.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden become an avid reader once he learned about his, and so his character taught me perseverance. I didn't watch him hesitate when he came to the women. Now there was that one episode when he came out dressed like Ebenezer Scrooge with the big fluffy socks on, eating ice cream, and I was like, Theo. Well, what's the girl? I can't remember the girl name, but she was sitting in the Lana something. But she was sitting in the living room. They was like Lana Herman. Lana Herman is in the living room. Yeah, right. He walked out with
You
a
didn't
spoon in
believe
his mouth, ice cream,
it.
and stopped dead in his tracks. Yo, again, things you learn not to do. Ain't gonna put on no one piece, bottomless. I don't care who in the house or not. Not doing it,
I
Theo.
think I vaguely remember that episode for sure. I know for sure they showed before this even happened. Somebody put a clip of Vanessa when she snuck off with her friends because
The wretched.
they went to have
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
big
fun.
Big
fun.
fun.
Big
Big
fun
fun
in Baltimore.
in
Yo,
Baltimore.
Big
yo,
fun.
here's my fun fact for the day. He
What?
produced that episode.
Who did?
No, he did.
He produced that episode.
Who, Theo? I mean,
Yes.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner.
He produced that episode.
He produced that episode.
That was hilarious. That is one of the funniest episodes. She went to Baltimore to have. That was so fun. They had so many memorable moments, and then it just got heightened with by the time Raven Simone came along as Olivia. And I loved her little character. She was like so spunky. And the other little boy, it was Rudy. And what was Rudy's little friend name? Oh my goodness. Bud with the big eyes.
That was everybody had a Bud.
Bud.
We all had a friend who would come over,
might
stay to have dinner, or you would be a Bud yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something it was understood within the Black community. You could have that 1-2 friend that you know it's hard to separate them. So if they're here for dinner, you want to stay? Cool.
Right.
And they become by proxy, you know, a member of the family, or just you grafted them in. And it is what it is, right?
And I love the fact that the Cosby Show was like really true to form, even though it was it didn't matter if it was 2-parent home or 1-parent home. I don't remember a bunch of episodes where they had a lot of sleepovers, where it was a lot of different friends coming to spend the night at the Cosby's house. It may have been one pajama party or something.
Denise didn't have sleepovers. I think Vanessa might have.
Vanessa had
what's
something.
The little speed talking girl? Janet.
Was her name Janet? I don't remember.
I think her name was Janet, but she talked fast. She would be over there from time to time.
Charmaine?
For me, when I learned about what it looked like, real friendship, and I love the Cosby Show showed this, Theo and Cockroach.
Yeah.
They weren't just, at first I was like, they just gonna paint these boys to be two idiots, but they would actually show some introspect to their relationship, and you would see young men have conversations about the do's and don'ts, what they should and shouldn't do, habits you shouldn't start to develop, you know, things that that's when you start to see the maturation in Theo as well, and it would rub off on Cockroach. And so, like, I learned then it was okay, especially being the preacher's son. It's okay to not be the bad guy. It's okay to do the right thing, even if it so-called makes you the square. Because in the end, you got to live with your decisions.
Absolutely.
And you got to live with your consequences. And I learned that from watching Theodore Huxtable. Who knew?
Theodore Huxtable. I love that. And y'all know what else? We do have a clip of Bill Cosby, who is he's not in jail anymore. He's out of jail. He doesn't do interviews anymore, but surprisingly, he did an interview with Frankie. Is her name Frankie?
Yep.
And he spoke he called in and he spoke to her in regards to finding out about Malcolm's passing. And he said at the time when he heard, it wasn't a lot of information, right? He didn't have a lot of information. And I want to say this before people get to trashing Bill Cosby in the comments. What is so surprising to me, and this is a little bit of a sidebar, they gave that man time for Mickey and Women's Drinks 30 years prior to him being convicted. And here we go and we see Diddy, who we know has done some atrocious things, get a slap on the wrist.
Not only they did that off of hearsay too.
They did do it off of hearsay. They didn't have
evidence from 30, 40 years ago.
No evidence whatsoever. And he was convicted. And here we could see Diddy dragging this woman down the hall. And we have other eyewitness testimony and men saying about his aggressive behavior and the drugging and all that. And this man gets a slap on the wrist. So please, no judging of Bill Cosby after we see the hypocrisy that happens in the entertainment industry. Yep. We won't be doing that on here, but he did interview. He does sound like a very old man on the interview. So it's kind of like slow. I don't know if you want to play it, but he was saying how
it's
like your Paw. He sounds like your Paw.
But he was just saying how, you know, he will be missed. And he was just remembering him. He was remembering the good times, the video. He didn't talk about anything negative. He just talked about the good times that he remembered.
The toughest thing I heard in the clip, and I said, we ain't gonna play it because I know it's a lengthy little clip. We got that much time. Was when he said, when he found out it took him back to when he lost his own son, Ennis.
That's right.
And I can only imagine being someone who's lost a child, and then having to, for 8 seasons, you had someone who portrayed a character, because Theo's character was actually based on Ennis.
On Ennis.
Oh, wow.
So you really had an authentic relationship, father-son dynamic between the two of you. And now that you've lost both of them and you're in the predicament you're in, or in the situation you're in, I ain't gonna lie, it's got to feel like hell.
It's got to.
It's got to feel like hell, because especially after going through what you're going through, that's the type of stuff that makes you go, why am I still here and he's not?
Right.
See, that's a good question. Something that I did pick up from the interview was that the fact that he kept up with Malcolm, and over the years, you've actually heard that Malcolm said that he got a lot of advice from Bill, but he knew about the music. Bill knew about his pursuits, and he said, so Bill was still a part of his life.
Yes,
and he also gave Bill made sure to give space and give credit to Pamela Warren, which was Malcolm's mother, and how they were like peanut butter and jelly.
And the bread.
And so that they were a package deal, but that she did a wonderful job helping to raise a wonderful human being, and he hopes that the media will portray him as such and not find a way to dog him out. And
I want us as a community to do a better job of protecting our Black leaders. We get to a point where we get so caught up, and when somebody's dirt comes out, we go, that's it. Now, if you're of the likes of R. Kelly, aka Robert, as I call him, then yes, sir, it is. I'm sorry, it is. And I don't give a damn about your music, because you actually put your life into the music. That's why I said you can't separate the music from the man. It's in his music.
Absolutely.
You have to get rid of it all. But from the likes of, like I said, Bill Cosby, that's hearsay. That is hearsay. Now, I'm not saying he's an angel or anything like that.
Right.
But the punishment that he's taking, good Lord, the way that we've allowed people to absolutely crucify the name of Martin Luther King. He wasn't faithful to Coretta. So the fuck what?
Right.
Let me be real. He was willing to do what a lot of folks, men and women, were not willing to do.
He was a leader, yeah.
And has put their name, their likeness, their face, their image, their reputation on the line, not for themselves, not for credibility, for their people.
Very true.
That's called selfless. All right, I might make mistakes, but for the overall good, I'm not going to let you fuck with anybody else's image, their reputation, their legacy, because you want a little dirt. We got to stop letting that happen. We got to do a better job of protecting our Black.
Protect the house. Protect the house.
And this is on the local level. This is on the local level too. A shout out to the late Gail Jenkins, who was the first Black woman appointed to the Bogalusa City School Board, and she fought hard and heavy for the Black community in Bogalusa. And people, when I finally met this lady, she was a big part of the Voters League there. She organized, and we don't even have this hardly anymore in the community, but she organized rides for people to get them to the polls. She organized who was running, who we were going for as a community, why we need to vote for them, why they can push us forward in our community. Even if you didn't like white people, this is the benefit of putting this person in office. This is how they can move us forward. She was that person. She was huge when it came to the civil rights movement. She was really familiar with the Deacons of Defense in Bogalusa. She was really closely knit with a lot of the deacons and their wives. But when I started working with her, I was very impressed with Miss Gail, with the late Miss Gail Jenkins. I became very close with her daughter. I even worked for her daughter for a little while. And I love all of her grandchildren, the ones that I know. Long story short, When I first got there, I was singing her praises. And you know what I was hit with out of the church community? Oh, no, she's this and she's that. And I'm not going to even repeat any of the negativity I heard. But I'm like, but she paved the way, not just for her own children, but for your children and your children's children. She's working. She worked until she couldn't work the poles anymore, until
Mm.
literally she was on her deathbed. The
From
lady
can't see to
worked.
can't see.
Right. She worked until literally her dying days, despite people talking bad about her. You know, she was there for the Black community. She understood what progress meant for us as a people. And that's just one example of many. We have got to stop doing it on a local level, regional level, national level. We got to stop that shit.
Absolutely.
Okay. We
I
really
completely
do.
agree. I completely agree.
So one more clip I want to show before we transition, because y'all know we're gonna talk about that couple that got karma instantly. But before we get there, I do want to show a small clip of Malcolm-Jamal Warner spoken word Tiny Desk. And again, we don't own the rights to this. It is part of the Tiny Desk collection. We'll show about 10 seconds of it. You got that clip?
Roll that beautiful film footage.
Loudly, languishing ladies sing loudly. Church bells ring loudly. Bullets blurring loudly. Deferring dreams like your homie, it ain't no thing. Proudly. Another brother slain in vain in the name of justice. When you got that melanin, doesn't justice always feel like just them?
Love it. That's powerful. So I got a feeling that posthumously, however you say that word, because I'll mess it up. That Tiny Desk will see so many more views, and that album will probably be one of those ones that like sell out or whatever it is, that become like the number one hit posthumously. I think that's how you say that. Am I saying that right? So yeah, shout out to
We're gonna go with your saying. Look,
Warner.
we're gonna go with how you said.
How I said it. It's something like that. One of those things. So we're gonna move on now, but we are gonna be keeping his family in our prayers. I'm pretty sure we will see many more tributes to the late MJW. And y'all,
Let me drop a jewel before we move on.
Yes, please.
So if you still want to, if you still want to hear some of Malcolm-Jamal Warner, tune into his podcast as well, which is called Not All Hood, NAH, and it's a really good podcast. And I think they have one more to drop, which will be his final episode. They'll be dropping, but check it out. Not All Hood. It's a really, really good podcast. So that's it. That's the jewel.
Very good. Thank you so much for that. And we all saw the Jumbotron sing round the world at the Coldplay concert. And if you all don't know who Coldplay is, it's a very, very popular rock band that's been.
So what happened on that Jumbotron? I'm confused. What did you say?
What happened? Okay, so
we can show him.
We can show it.
Yeah, somebody show me what happened.
We got a whole little news clip.
So let's make sure we let everybody understand. This section of the show is basically the title of the show.
Right.
Foul play at Coldplay. Yeah, pay attention.
Development in the Coldplay Kiss Cam saga that's gone viral around the world. Astronomer CEO Andy Byron has resigned. He's yet to comment on the incident, as is his colleague Kristen Cabot, but the internet sure has.
The stars were shining for everyone at Coldplay's Boston concert, except these two. Now, both Andy Byron and Kristen Cabot are paying the price for publicly having their affair exposed.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
CEO, or should I say former CEO of tech company Astronomer, Andy Byron has since resigned, while Chief of People, Kristen Cabot, has been placed on leave. In a statement, Astronomer says their leaders are expected to set the standard in both conduct and accountability, and have initiated a formal investigation into the incident. They also asserted Andy Byron has not put out any statement, despite one circling where he allegedly said what was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake, and apologises to his wife, family and Astronomer. This has since been confirmed fake, and it's not the only fake attached to the ordeal. Internet trolls claiming to be Coldplay tweeted they're introducing camera-free audience sections for people and their side pieces. Byron's alleged daughter started posting to TikTok about the incident. However, Byron only has 2 sons. Speaking of family, there definitely seems to be trouble in paradise, with Byron's wife immediately removing her last name on Facebook when the video surfaced. As for Cabot, she also has 2 children with her husband. Described by the internet as karma at its finest, it's now arguably the biggest meme of the year. Hundreds of thousands of people have created comedic content, including reenactments of the Kiss Cam outing at a baseball game, on SportsCentre coverage, and even at an NRL women's game.
Beyond the try.
While Astronomer now look for a new CEO and continue with the internal investigation, the world awaits a response from the viral canoodling couple.
I hope we didn't lose that night.
Emma Olsen, 10 News.
Damn. Y'all, I don't even, may this type of shit never find me. So let me always be on my
Ross said divorce immediately.
Immediately. That lady.
You saw her drop her last name?
It's on. She dropped her last name. It is on. Okay. You need to go ahead on and
he had to go home to this. Can you imagine?
Money gone. You're right. Money gone. Baby, this like his wife and children about to be set up. Because you know, as the CEO of Astronomer, you know how much money this man was pulling in, plus bonuses. Plus his 401k probably got like who knows how many millions in it.
Damn it. Oh fucking damn it.
She about
stock
to get
options,
everything.
things like this.
Right.
Retirement accounts, investments, properties. You know, that's it's
not Travis Hunter, Ross. Don't do that. It's the rumor with
don't do Trav like that.
I don't even know about Travis Hunter because I'm not into sports. So I'm not.
I'll say this much: there's a woman.
His girlfriend's interesting.
His fiance, he got married, didn't he?
Wife, yeah, his wife. His wife.
Yeah, they got married already. So people before they even got engaged, the sports world and people across. Dog, don't do it. Clearly, she's here for the money.
Okay.
He didn't want to listen. So now they're married.
Reconsider.
This has all been within the same year.
No prenup?
That's another thing. He said no prenup.
Oh, man.
Maybe he's going to do a post-nup. Maybe he'll do a post-nup.
No, it's too late. You can't do a post-nup.
And he was the number one pick
in
the draft.
You can't do a post-nup. You can do a post-nup.
He was the number one pick in the draft.
Yep, he was.
But this girl came on video yesterday, fresh out the shower, still got the towel wrapped around her. She boo-hooing, but she ain't said what's wrong. People kind of believe she might be trying to practice her victim thing.
Okay.
Because if she's really here for what they think she's here for, it's coming.
Let me tell you, it's a lot of women who do that today. They need Oscars for how well they perform when it comes to really putting on a show until they get the man, because they really not there for the man. But some women have learned the art of emotional manipulation so well that they fool the guy completely and totally. Now, his family probably can see, oh, that's that bullshit, but he can't see it because she done took his balls and put them in her purse or whatever it is them kind of women do.
Coach Prime taught him something. But
no prenup? Girl, what you did to that man for him to not even put a prenup in place? Dude, for as much money as you got, if y'all suddenly
tonsils. That's all I can say.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, she got superhead beat and she know a whole lot of different mechanism moves with her creme de la creme. She probably know more than just the Kegel move. She might know how to make it spin and spit out grapes and all kind of shit, But he was gone.
To be real, I don't even think she know all that. I just think Trav is a very trusting person. He's very innocent too. He's naive about a lot of things.
Is he like 21 or something? How old is he?
Trav he's 21, maybe 22 now. Like,
dang, somebody should have helped him.
He would not listen. I'm telling you, everybody. It wasn't just like regular people on social media. I mean, like people within the sports world. been there, done that athletes.
I can't feel sorry for him then.
He shut down the his social media platform because he was tired of hearing it.
Baby, I can't feel sorry for that man then because he should have listened. Now he has to live with the choices that he made. He made his bed.
And look, and
now
that's if it go there. I'm hoping that's not the case, but
well, I hope not. But if she already setting him up,
look good.
That man ain't hit that woman unless she gonna have a video like Cassie video showing.
I don't think it's a hit thing. Because trust me, when I tell you Trav is the nicest person you'll ever meet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like he couldn't hurt a fly. He's a beast on the football field, but off the field, he's the one that will get your cat out the tree.
It seems like a real
take
fun
care
kid,
of it for you.
Well, I'm gonna have to look him up. I'm not a sports person, so again, I don't even know who Travis Hunt is, y'all. I have no clue who that person is.
I will tell you, he's out of it. He's out of Georgia.
I thought he was out of Florida.
Huh?
I thought he was.
No, he went to high school out here in Georgia. Okay. And then he left. He was supposed to go to Florida State. He originally was birthed in Florida, but they moved out here. You know, he's supposed to go to Florida State. He ended up going to Jackson State to sign with Dion.
That's right. Dion Love.
At Jackson State, he did 2 years there. Showed he was really about the truth. They left there, went to Colorado. He did it 2 years at Colorado.
2 years there.
Yeah.
His GPA was still stellar. And his GPA was
became the number one pick in the draft. Like he
was smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his GPA was his GPA was stellar.
Well, he just got his first lesson. He about to get his first lesson and being played, and the whole world gonna see it play out. It's sad. It's unfortunate.
That boy said his villain arc about to be the greatest thing since the.
It is, baby. We about to witness it. I'm gonna have to follow his story because I'm telling you.
I hope not. I hope
she breaks his heart, man. If she breaks his heart, and if he retains his innocence,
he was number
after
2.
that'd be great. But if not, if she breaks his heart, he gonna be cold blooded. Yeah,
keep your heart.
Keep
your heart 3 stacks.
Hey,
y'all see why I love Gen X. These new kids don't have nobody that's telling them about keep your heart 3 stacks. Keep your heart. These girls are smart.
That's what I'm trying to do with my kid. And I keep telling you, that's the only thing I was trying to say earlier. Mm-hmm. These kids don't care enough about history.
Right.
They feel like it's so far gone that it's no longer important to them or relevant to them. And the problem with that is if you don't know your history, you
will relive it.
Yeah, you will repeat it.
So that's why I said, when you see stuff taking place where they've gutted the Department of Education and they're trying to basically shift the whole learning curve of public schooling and everything like that. They want these kids to grow up as ignorant as possible about the history.
I think what we're going to have to do as a Black community too, they have so many programs that allow us to have homeschooling and things where you can community school your kids. It's going to come to that at some point where the Black community is going to have to pull their children out of those learning environments.
Especially those micro.
Yeah, we got to micro school our kids. It's going to come to that. I don't know at what point. Some people are doing it now. I will confess, I took my youngest daughter out of public school when she was in the 6th grade, and I put her in a private school. First, I actually put her in K-12, which was the online school, but she wanted that interaction with her friends. So then I put her in a private school, and she did not return back to public school until her 12th grade year because she wanted to graduate with her best friend. So she went to her final year of high school, she went to a public school. But so far as them changing, I kind of saw the writing on the wall back then when they started to split out and do the charter schools and then the public schools and then the online schools, which I think is great. It gives parents more choices. But I think it's come to the point where we're going to have to figure out how to educate our children without them being indoctrinated into institutionalization, because that's what public school is. It teaches us to be institutionalized. Y'all know that. We know that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's a lot of stuff I didn't even learn until I got to college because they didn't teach it in my public high school.
Well, that's
so
what you have to.
I didn't learn about.
I give our generations credit. If
I got to get up for just a minute.
And 80s, and even the early 90s, I'll even say, I'll give them that. We had no problem with We had no problem with learning our history. We craved knowledge. We wanted to know, like, for even if it was sports related. I grew up in the era where there was Ricky Waters, Thurman Thomas, Bo Jackson, and yet and still I wanted to learn about Jim Brown. I wanted to learn, I Walter Payton was a little before, what I'm saying, as far as being out there. But like I said, I just wanted to, I craved that knowledge. I saw Michael Jordan play, but I wanted to know about Dr. J. I wanted to know about Daryl Dawkins. I wanted to know about George, the Iceman Gervin, and Kareem before when he was Lou Alcindor. I wanted to know those things. And this generation, unfortunately, that's how they started doing it. We done with the 90s crap. They don't care about history. Parents, fight your children tooth and nail. Damn it, you are going to learn our history.
Right.
You have to, even if it's not, you don't have to know sports, but just as far as in the general phase of being a black man, a black woman, you need to know who your people are, what we went through, and it wasn't that damn long ago.
Right.
Nope. It really wasn't.
It was not. And if you're not careful, you're gonna walk our ass right back into that loop.
And we are trying to avoid that. So I think what we're going to have to do is in our own community start being the voice of change. And I know it's probably going to start small, and we're going to really struggle with the ignorance of some people in our community, because let's just admit, we do have a certain percentage of people who feel like, I don't know, we're going to have that certain percentage of crabs that don't want to help. They don't want to conform. They don't give a shit. They're going to do what they're going to do. We're going to have to go with the majority, and those who want to get left behind need to be left behind. We have to be the change. We got to start doing that and making it known in our community what we're going to be doing to help in that area of education.
Yeah, Ross said, how parents going to homeschool when they flunking in school they damn so. I'll be honest with you, Ross. All right, so math is my thing. I love math, but it's been a while since I've done these other subjects. And even with math, they got these new versions of math. See, like, I love math because no matter how old, young, whatever, math always makes sense.
Right.
You don't really get the age out of it. But some of the new stuff that they teaching our kids got so many twists and turns. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yep.
Wait a minute. And that's where Google becomes your friend. Let's start searching stuff up. Math, what's the Khan Academy? I don't learn some tricks too, man, but you just have to be willing to figure stuff out as a parent.
What I don't like, though, is that new math. What happened to regular arithmetic? Like the new math with it makes no sense. It doesn't even make sense to other parts of the world, the math that they teach our kids here. When there are simpler ways to get to solve a problem, a mathematical equation. Why are they making it more complicated for our children to learn math than less, So
Ross, that's what I was saying.
That's
exactly what I was saying. He said, and it's going to be black people going to help us right back in that loop. That's what I'm saying. We've got to make sure we fight tooth and nail to keep our children from walking us back into that loop. You can't go back and undo everything that took place, the sacrifices that people made, the beatings that people took from the police, the attacks by dogs, water hoses, the general masses, the public, the hangings. Because again, while murder was illegal, they were still hanging people in the South, dog.
Very true. And look, we need to take a 1-minute break because I have got to charge my device, else I'm going to go offline.
Yes, ma'am.
So
yes, ma'am.
we
So
need
I'm
to take
gonna
a
run a
quick
couple
break.
of ads. How about that? Let's run a couple.
Run a couple of ads, and we'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned.
Looking for great music and dope podcasts? BWNC Radio is where it's at. Black with No Chaser Radio. Download the app now. Come for the dope podcast. Stay for the dope music. Also available on Apple stores and Google Play stores.
Tired of your resume getting ignored? Wouldn't it be great to have a resume that stands out? Job seekers are getting ghosted due to ineffective resumes. Meet 1-800-RESUMES LLC. They create ATS-friendly resumes that appeal to both robots and humans, ensuring you get noticed. How it works. They customize your existing resume to match job qualifications by optimizing keywords the ATS looks for. Plus, preparation for interview questions increases your chances of landing the job. With 1-800-RESUMES, you'll experience more interviews, better job matches, and confidence in your application process. What our customers say. Sounds exciting? Call 1-877-520-4040 for superpowered resumes.
All right, and I am back. We are back. Thank you, Wayne, for that. I had to get up and plug my device in. I was about to die. So you all saw the advertisement. Please check us out on BWNC Radio. We will be airing on there tomorrow morning, I think 7:30
8
Central
a.m.
Time.
Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
There you go. So y'all check us out. Download the app. It's free. It is Black owned, Black with No Chasers Radio. You can get all of the latest music that you can find on any other streaming platform. Plus, you'll get this podcast and many more. Please support Black owned businesses. Please go ahead and download the app today. Now, go ahead and do that. And also 1-800-RESUMES LLC.com. If you know anyone who needs a resume written, they need me to analyze their resume, write cover letters for them, please let me know. You can go to the website and sign up there, and I'll reach out to you. You can PM me, DM me, or call the 800 number, and I will be more than happy to assist you. So now let's get back into
I had
the
three
show.
people I wanted to shout out real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. Definitely want to shout out Mr. CEO himself, BWNC, that's Black with No Chaser, and that is Mr. CJ Lawrence. I definitely want to give him a shout out, showing love and support to IMO Media Group, to me personally as a friend of mine, as a Hattiesburg alumni. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Tyson Jackson, another BWNC alumni, but also one who has been behind the scenes, being tutelage and just guidance and support. And lastly, man, I just want to give a shout out to our guy Dollar Black, man. The instrumentals that you hear on all the shows for IMO Media Group, they are all instrumentals by Dollar Black, as you can see in the credits of each and every last one of our shows. So Facebook, stop fighting me. We have the right to the music. But shout out to Dollar, man. He definitely blessed us with those, man. And we always want to give love and support to him, man. Go check your music out. Dollar Black is a beast. He's a dog. He's a Mississippi man. You feel me?
And we really want to put Mississippi artists on. We really got it. We should start doing that. We should start like a little segment about the Mississippi artists, followed by Louisiana artists, because I've been down here long enough to where I feel like I'm a dual citizen in both areas. So we can do that. We have one more topic for you all tonight before we bid you farewell, and it is something that you've probably never ever heard of before in your life, but it's an actual factual disorder. It's called sexomnia. Have anybody ever heard of sexomnia?
Hell no.
Never heard of it. So
that's how we
sound like something somebody made up. But go ahead.
It does. That's how we got to it. I am in a part of this other group called House of something, I forget, but this post came up anonymously, because you can post anonymously now on Facebook. So on Facebook in the group, it was saying, hey, my husband has sexomnia, and I was wondering if anyone else experienced this, because he literally attempts to have relations with her while he is sleeping. And because he's stronger than her, it's hard for her to fight him off. And because he's asleep, he is not aware that he is attacking her. Because she said usually he's aggressive, like when it happens. So I put that in our chat, and I'm like, have y'all ever heard? Does this sound made up? Because some of the comments were saying that's got to be a made up thing, right? That doesn't sound real. Does that sound real? Sexomnia?
My first thoughts, and y'all saw it in the chat. When I heard it, it was initially I was like, that sound weird as fuck. But then my instinct goes to, well, if sleepwalking is real and talking in your sleep is real, and I know people who actually have orgasms in their sleep.
Right.
I mean, is it really too far-fetched to think that somebody's having sex while asleep?
And insomnia is real. So think about
insomnia is real. Yep.
Although they're not conscious, insomnia is meaning you can't sleep.
Right.
But think about it. It's more like narcolepsy, and it should be sex narcolepsy, but I don't know. But anyway, we do have a little video that kind of explains what it is, because I want to talk about it, because this could be so dangerous for the partner, I feel.
It could be dangerous for your roommates if you're in college or something.
You could be
that's my thing though. So like, when it does come, I think like this is another reason why you kind of need to know. Let's say you need to wait till marriage until you live with somebody. I say bullshit. I don't care what the church tells you.
Right.
You need to know who you're moving in with.
You kind of do.
This is not back then. People go through shit now. People got more than just PTSD and regular trauma in them now.
And that's one thing I would not want to run across. And what's crazy is you'll see in the video that we're going to show you, and it's not a long video, and they're talking about how this is not usually discovered until someone gets hurt.
Wow.
You know, and that's when
that's
it's
too
discovered.
late.
Yeah, it's too late then. So yeah, you got that clip.
Play that beautiful clip.
Yep.
A sleep disorder called sexomnia is getting more attention now from researchers. The condition involves a person performing sexual acts while in a deep sleep and having no memory of it. Experts say it's the same category as other parasomnias like sleepwalking or sleep talking, but it's difficult to study unless an injury is involved. A 2010 study out of Norway found that 7% of respondents had experienced sexomnia.
Yo.
Wow.
And those comments were the woman that it happened to. She went on to say in the comments how this is very traumatizing. It's very traumatizing. So, you know, and she said it's at the point where she's actually thinking about leaving her spouse, because she can't sleep. I mean, you go to sleep, you're knocked out sleep. And she said the first time it happened, she thought like he was literally just being aggressive, like just trying to be a jerk about it, right?
Well,
that's a good question too, Ross. I'm like, you know, so after they bust, do they just go to sleep? Do they wake up? What, like?
Well, she says she's had to wake him up. Basically, he's not aware. He's not aware. He's out of it. So,
that's a bit much.
Some of the other comments went on to, one other lady said she had experienced that, which that's what led to her divorce. That
I could see how that. Because I ain't gonna even lie to you. After, you know, if this was something that was really like actively happening to me, I need you to tell me A. B, until we get this thing figured out, we can't sleep in the same bed.
We sure can, because that's crazy.
My job as your husband is to protect you, and if that protection even includes me. So if I'm not aware or alert of what I'm doing, I gotta protect you somehow. So until I get this shit under control,
right?
I go stay at my mama house. You can go stay at your or we'll.
They're gonna lock you up in a cage somewhere.
We gotta do. Deadbolt outside the door. Put me in a basement. Something.
Well, what's really scary is, think about it. If you are a sleepwalker and they give you sleep medication, if you take the sleep medication, you still won't know. You won't know if you sleepwalk unless they give you like a tranquilizer type of sedative. You know, you won't know if you're still even coming, if you're walking through that, because again, it's a subconscious thing. And like one of the women was saying that it was so bad that her husband overpowers her. She's, you know, unless she, but of course, one lady said she left because it didn't get better. But this woman don't seem like she want to leave her relationship. But I would suggest that, hey, you got to sleep in a different room. I'm gonna have to lock my door so you can't bring your ass up in here. Because somebody even put in the comments, where are y'all like active frequently? And she says, yes, it does not matter. Does not matter if they've done it already. He will, you know, if he's in that mode, if he's in that sleepwalking mode, he does not know.
That's interesting. Now,
I'm what scared me though. This the part that just the biggest. I don't think has anybody thought about this? What if he put it in the wrong hole?
She didn't put that out there, but this is a possibility with that type of disorder.
You could injure somebody for real, for real.
Yeah, you could end up dead and not know why you died. Because somebody gonna kill you if you keep trying that. Like you said, think about colleges. Think about a roommate, you in college, and you get up and then you over there, you done walked over to your roommate bed. You gonna end up hurt, because what good thing about one man to another man, unless he's like a really stronger than the other man, he could probably overpower you. But
look, speaking of man to man, now Ross is wanting to know.
What did he say?
He said, "Hold up, so you're on a camping trip, you share a tent with another guy. Is that Brokeback Mountain?"
It's not Brokeback Mountain if the guy they're not conscious of if you're a female or if you are a male. I don't think.
I ain't even lie to you. As a man,
yeah,
I don't need you to be. I'm gonna wake you up. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
That part. Absolutely, that part. Come to find out, it's also women who it apparently is rarer in women, but I did read this online. It also occurs in women too.
It does.
So
most of it has been, I think, masturbation though.
Yeah, I think with the women, it turns out more to be that than it turns into self-pleasure. And with the men, it's always they're going after somebody else.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. When they say masturbation, I mean, like, are you talking like she's laying there in a full show mode, like just going to town?
Oh, we'd have to do a little bit more research. I'm not for sure how that works.
You can research. I'm gonna grab my popcorn.
Because if she is, how would she know? I mean, her partner might be like, "Oh, she's trying to turn me on," until he tries to touch her and she wakes up, because she's gonna wake up like, "What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?"
And he's gonna be like, "Well, you were playing."
You don't realize you 3 fingers in over here?
And then she probably gonna be like, "Oh no, I wasn't doing that." And he's gonna be like, "Either you're crazy or something's truly wrong with you, because I literally just sat here and watched you, you know, do the thing on yourself." So it could be dangerous. In a woman, no, because think about it. If she doesn't give you consent,
that's the biggest thing about
it's still sexual assault. If she doesn't give you
two
consent.
yeses or one no. It's either 2 yeses or 1 no.
Hey man.
Right.
So let me say this. Ladies, I grew up as somebody who was very big on consent. Okay. I firmly believe no mean no. And even if you're not clear, you're not giving a clear yes, to me, that still mean no.
Absolutely.
So I know there have been some women who go around, they do that whole, well, I'm trying to make him chase, I'm gonna make him work for you. Because eventually I do want to say yes. I just want to make him work a little harder.
That's dangerous.
Stop playing games with people. Either you do or you don't, and you need to be clear about it. Because I've been that person who goes, until I hear a yes, it's always no for me. And then it's so-called, well, he missed the opportunity. How the fuck I missed the opportunity when you never said yes? Stop being indecisive. Stop playing games with people. Be direct.
And let me give you my dating rules. This is what I have learned out here. If you are not ready to take it there with a guy, whether you're trying to get him to chase you or not, do not ever put yourself in a situation where you can, it's just he and you, and your yes and your no isn't clear. Every man is not going to respect that, and they may do something to you that's going to put you in a terrible position.
Hey, man,
if you are not ready to go there fully with that guy, don't do that. My face going there. What?
Ross talking about if a woman is having a session while asleep. Ross, you might get waking up in a rude awakening though, because if you shock her, Ain't no telling what she might do. Because
And
again,
she may
you still
accuse
need consent.
you of assault. If she didn't give you verbal consent, it is assault. I just need
But
you
dead
to
ass
know
though,
that.
I have had a woman not only naked, but there was foreplay and everything going on.
Mm-hmm.
And when I reached for the condom, it was a Foreplay continues, yada yada yada. I mean, she ain't got a stitch or cloak, not even socks. I reach for the condom again. It's See, here's the thing.
I got to get up and go.
You didn't give me a yes. But what you also, I can tell, not finna give me is some ass. Baby, you not finna cause me heartache and frustration. You know what? Let me go ahead and take you back to your crib.
You got to go.
You playing
to go. You playing games.
You playing
Reindeer games. And I'm not Santa Claus.
But it has to be.
It needs
Fellas,
to be clear.
just because she naked don't mean that it's time to get it. If she still has not said yes.
Clear consent.
Clear consent. It has to be clear. I watched
consent.
Trevor Noah tell a story from his past on an interview he was on, and he said he went on a date with a young lady. Everything went really well on the date, and he brought her back to his house. And the minute they get in the house, he's pouring them wine, and she says, "Oh, I'm not comfortable." And he said, right then and there.
I saw that.
Yeah, when she said she wasn't comfortable, he said, okay. He said, he hurry up.
Let me get you a cab.
Let me go ahead and get you a cab. You know, and he said, she was like, oh, no, I'm good. He was like, no, ma'am. You just said you weren't comfortable. He made sure she didn't put him in a situation that he could not get out of.
Yep.
No, you gotta go. If you ain't comfortable, let me get you a cab.
2 words.
Every man
out.
Make sure you
out.
your sons these same lessons, as well as how to handle rejection. These boys are struggling with rejection, and
Ain't that so?
Dumbass decisions behind their emotions when it comes to rejections. Ladies, stop playing games with rejections. It's okay to say no. Now I get it. There have been some situations, and fellas, y'all put these women in some fucked up situations where they feel like they can't say no. That's why they lie to y'all. That's why they give you a fake number. They'll go along because all they want to make sure is they safe.
That's right.
And it's fucked up that they got to do that. They can't just be honest with y'all.
And it's happened. Some women have been attacked in a club by telling someone no. You know, I remember when my oldest daughter told me the first time she went to a club when she was in college, and it was her and her friends, and this guy kept asking one of her friends for her phone number, and the girl said no repeatedly. And by the third time or fourth time she had said no, this man punches this girl in the face. You know, and it's like, what the hell, dude? What? So now women are really apt. And I know that she's not the only one that has happened to. So yeah, we're just gonna give you a fake number so you can go ahead on about your business. And me personally, I'm gonna keep, unless they tell me I can't bring my my taser, pepper spray, or a knife in the club, I'm coming in there with a weapon. You're not about to attack me. If I tell you no, I mean what the fuck I said. Okay.
So let me be clear too. There are a lot of men.
They won't let you bring
what you were saying right
in the club.
He said, I grew up in Brookhaven. I'm used to rejection coming up. If we being honest with you, men get rejected a lot. Okay. We experience rejection 20 times more than women.
Yep.
Which is also why when a woman gets rejected, she don't know how to handle it. Because she's not used to it. Being rejected.
She crying, you know.
And they gonna
what
make
do you mean?
Like,
no,
it's
must be
emotional
gay.
manipulation that takes place when a woman gets rejected.
He must be gay. That's what it is. How can he pass up on this? He gotta be gay.
That's why women should not be out here
he's
chasing
just not
men.
that into you.
Women should not chase men because we are not set up for rejection.
Or if you're a man who has some experience and some common sense, you know anything that's worth having is worth working for or fighting for.
Right.
Why this shit so easy?
Yeah, you should question
what
that.
you trying to give me other than some ass.
You should question that for sure.
See, there are men who pay attention to things like that, and y'all think we stupid and we don't know. We know.
This is not charged.
Matter of fact, she trying to give you something because she don't even like you. She just had a fucked up day and she just want to feel something else.
You just want to release.
And her man ain't available. I saw a video of a girl literally posted riding home to my man after spending the day with my husband.
I'm so confused by that statement.
Right. Wrap your head right now.
So confused by
But
that
she meant
statement.
that shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Rejection
Her
comes in
husband or
all
her
forms
man
of
must
that,
didn't
and
have
men
social
experience it
media.
in a lot. Women, it's okay to say no. The way you say no, you have no idea that man is teetering. Because I have seen it firsthand. Like I'm sitting right here and I've seen, hey man, dude just really trying to just get to know her. And instead of saying no thank you, or I'm not interested, or I got a man, or she just flat out, get the fuck out of me. Why you do that to that man? Why did you make a scene? You know the first thing that happens when a woman loses it like that, everybody automatically knows, protect black women or protect women. That's the first instinct that happens. So you're gonna get some white knights that come out and, hey, is everything okay over here? What? Like, damn, dog, I really would just ask.
I'm gonna give you an example of why 9 times out of 10 we're reluctant to speak to men in stores. I have been in the grocery store before, and I was over in the produce, and this young man approached me. He said, "Hey, how are you?" And I said, "I am fine. How are you?" He said, "I'm well. I'm having a good day. Are you having a good day?" I said, "Yeah, I'm having a good day." Now, mind you, I'm just being polite. You started the conversation. I'm just being polite. I have not in any way showed this man that I want to talk to him. I'm interested. I didn't want his number. And he said, "Oh, can I have your number? I see you're cooking tonight." No, I'm not. I'm just in here shopping. I'm not in here looking for a date. I'm flattered, but no. I'll go 2, 3 rows over. He done followed me. Now, sir, listen. I was being polite. Now, if you don't have enough people being polite to you and you don't know the difference between being polite and flirting, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not interested. He said, "Well, I seen you on Facebook." I'm so glad you saw me on Facebook. I'm not interested. So at this point, I'm about to get real fucking nasty because I have told you nice a few times. I'm not interested. I was just being polite. Okay. So when I saw him near the register, I didn't even say nothing else. I literally pretended like I had never seen him before, paid for my stuff, and left out the store. That's a lot of times why women don't want to be polite in the store because you run across those kind of people. When you tell them no, they still coming, nigga. Because I didn't hit them with that, but that's what I was thinking. Nigga, if you don't move it along, I'm not interested.
And you know what?
They haven't.
But see, this is what I want everybody to pay attention to.
I wasn't like that though. I was very polite.
The same way that you were with that situation, I've seen women go, I need a man who's gonna be persistent. Even when I do say no, he gonna still keep coming. That's how I know he really wanted.
Yeah, that ain't me.
No,
and I that's why I said the cat and mouse shit got to go.
Well,
y'all need to be a little more
these brothers need to
if
understand.
you're not feeling them, just say it and let's move on.
They just need to understand that
and
no
fellas,
means next.
if she ain't feeling you,
keep it
take
moving.
no for what it is. That don't mean try harder, stupid. That means
no means next.
Yeah,
that's what it means. So
that's it.
Right.
That's it. No means next.
Ross said I rejected
watching,
my ex and she couldn't handle it.
Yeah, a lot of times women really can't handle rejection. I was on YouTube and I like to watch the Reddit stories. So this particular Reddit story was, fellas, when was a time where you were getting it on with a girl and you knew it was about to go left? And one of the stories was that this guy had met a girl and they went back to her place and they were getting it in, and she started doing this thing where she would be laughing during intercourse and then she would start crying. So, but then she would laugh again. So he said, he was like, "Oh, this is weird." So he said, of course, his little man just went on died because he didn't know what that was, because she would laugh and then she would cry real tears. So he said, "You know what? I'm not for sure what's happening here." But he said he felt like he was being set up. He said she never said no. He said she kept saying even, "Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine." He said he got his clothes on so fast. He said he couldn't get out of her house fast enough. And that's just one of like 50 examples of guys talking about these different experiences that they had. One girl lured this guy to her house. And I'm saying lured because she was trying to make her boyfriend jealous. And she knew the boyfriend was coming home. So this dude is in the room with her, getting it on. And the boyfriend starts texting. And he said he just happened to kind of look over and see the dude was like, I'm on my way home. He was like, how far away? Hold on. You ain't even tell me you had a boyfriend. And she was like, oh, yeah, he'll be here any minute. It's like she wanted her boyfriend to catch them. And he said he got up real quick and was like, I don't know what game you playing, but this ain't it. I ain't come over here
This
for
ain't
that.
cool. This ain't
Yeah.
cool.
And he said his friend was sitting in the living room. And so by the time he came back into the living room, the boyfriend was at the door. And he said he told his friend, come on, let's go. And he said they just left. But he said she wanted her boyfriend to catch them, to make her boyfriend jealous.
See, that's how you see
that's how folks die.
Local man.
That's how folks die.
Right.
That's how folks get.
2 men are in the hospital right now after absolutely beating the shit out of each other. Like,
right.
No, you're not.
That's how people end up on the
do
t-shirts with
over
wings
her?
behind them.
Over her. He said he didn't even know her. It was like a random girl.
See, that's
chick,
again what I said. She had a fucked up day.
Mm-hmm.
She just wanted to feel something different, even though she got a man.
I think that's why people should start to really be leery about one-night stands, hookups, people you just met on randomly, right? You got to really be.
That question. Mm-hmm. Why is this so easy?
Run away.
Had he asked that question, he might not have even been in that situation.
Right. Run away. Y'all, yeah, look.
It's just a setup.
It's
this chick setting me up.
Yeah.
And there's some people coming.
What else is
Cardi B said she used to do this?
Some ass.
I don't know. You got to be careful out here. I mean, and I know it's certain people that's not going to take heed to the warning. And they're going to go out and steal. Because a lot of men think, oh, there's no way she could hurt me. She's a female. You don't know anything about her. You don't know her mental state. Okay? You don't know what her backstory is, if she had a good day, if she had a bad day, if she is a serial killer. I know we don't talk much about women being violent, but it's some violent women out here.
You also don't know who she related to or who she used to date.
That part.
That is on speed. And I mean, like, soon as she can say, she ain't even got to say fully a whole story. All she got to say is, hey, come here. Come to the house quick.
First there are a certain number of hit people that the mob uses that are women.
Yeah.
Because they can get through. They can easily get to you if it's a male or even a woman. So they're easier to get to the target than I would be. 6'2", 300 plus pound brother.
Let me go and keep it a bean, which if you done watched enough of the Power universe, you know.
Right.
I've seen enough setups take place. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And so many other shows too. Power. It's so many shows that show you that you really should trust no one, especially if you haven't gotten to know that person in any type of form, fashion. You just out here moving reckless. Because at this point, if you're having any type of one night stands person, you don't know the person, you just say, hey, I'm gonna pick that one and we're gonna go home, female and male. You just setting yourself up, I feel like, for disaster, because you don't know what's going to happen. That's one of those scenarios where chaos ensues. You can't predict what's going to happen with someone that you absolutely don't know, okay, and what their intentions are. But I think on that note, we're going to get ready to end it, because my phone going down, y'all, is what's going to happen. And then y'all can just carry the rest of the show, because I ain't going to log back on. I'm going to go eat and take a shower and call it a night. But we do thank y'all for joining us. I think we had some interesting topics tonight again. Rest in power, Brother Malcolm-Jamal Warner. For sure. We will probably see a lot more dedications to him as the week and the month goes on. We talked about getting caught up. And if you're married, be faithful. I don't know how else to tell you that. I've lived it myself. Look, don't do the fuck shit. Be mature enough to talk to your spouse. If you don't want your spouse, go ahead and have that hard conversation. If you feel like you want to dip and dabble somewhere else, just have the conversation.
Just color within the lines. That's all.
Color within the lines.
Within the lines.
Shoot, that's why we keep revisiting the goddamn subject of polygamy, polyamory. Some of y'all, whether you're married or not, need to be in that form of a relationship. Let's just be honest. Everybody is not meant for monogamy.
They not, but at least
Everyone's not.
all right, cool. Stay within the lines by just changing the picture up. Let's broaden our horizon, but at least stay within those lines. That's all you got to do. But you know that there are just some people who just are not built to do that. They're built to just color outside the lines, and they don't need to be the people who do not need to have a discussion about marriage, commitment, or anyone. Because the only people they committed to is themselves.
That part. And let them people be. I'm going to get me a t-shirt, though. I'm going to get me a Coldplay t-shirt, and I wanted to say Coldplay, because that's the new word. If you ever get busted, baby, you just been what? Coldplay. So I'm going to get me a t-shirt that says that. Also, we talked about sexomnia. Get to know the person. You never know what you walking into these days. What final words do you all have? Because that's mine.
Ross says dating sucks. Good luck.
Yeah, currently it does.
My final words would be, love on your people, check on your people. We never know when it'll be the last time you see your people. So that's it for me.
Awesome.
I believe the last time we did this, I buried my god brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Hattiesburg came out and you showed up. The Waters family, I love you. Benita's, Joshua, Josiah, I love you. But Hattiesburg, you made me proud. You showed up. And that's how your life should be reflected. I don't really care about all the accolades and everything while I'm here. It's cool. When I'm gone, that's when my legacy should speak for me. My work should speak for me. And the work of Jeremy Waters, it spoke for him. Everything that he put into that community showed up that day. And I pray that you continue on his legacy, his father's legacy. Continue to remember the Waters family, keep them in your prayers, show as much support and love as you can to them.
Yep.
And love to all. Again, follow I Am Will Media Group on YouTube. Tonight is the last night I air a show on Facebook.
All right. And follow the 4040 Network too. But anyway, we're out. We love you guys. Thank you for joining. Please like, share, tell your friends about us so we can grow this audience. And with that, we're out. Bye.
Wait a minute. I just have to go out the right way. I have to do it the right way.
Okay.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.